Well, I had hoped for a fairly normal introduction to this video, but
maneuvering, making turns for 17 knots.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
But alas, that is not to be. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Cold Waters, and welcome back to oh no, they detected me.
Come right
Oh
to
boy.
263, helm aye.
So, we...
Passing 300 feet.
Actually, I'm going to try something. I just realized that I've got a
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
different weapon
Passing
I can
300
use.
feet.
Okay, right, well, very...
Make depth 200 feet, dive by.
Con sonar, come right. Con sonar,
Grief.
we are cavitating.
Let me get a word in. Wow.
Make turns for
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Okay, welcome back to Cold Waters. I'm Captain Numpty, or David Steele, and I'm about to launch a
maneuvering,
fictional
making
weapon
turns
at the
for
enemy.
10 knots.
Have one of these, you
Con
Russian
sonar,
bastard.
Launch transient from Sierra 3.
Shoot tube 5. Aye, sir.
Have one of those as well. Alright, now that is a, was it Sea Lance? Is that what they call it? Let's see.
Passing
Sea
200
Lance.
feet.
Sea Lance, yes. It's a fictional weapon, at least it was never put into service. It is a standoff weapon designed to
Passing 300 feet.
give the Russians a hard time. And that's wonderful news, because boy oh boy, we might need it. I'll get my speed up.
Make turns for 2.
Okay.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
So I'm in a whole heap of trouble here.
Con sonar,
Oh,
no longer cavitating.
wow. I'm in even more trouble than I thought I was in. Yep, that's very bad. We are in a Ohio SSGN. We're actually in USS Michigan, SSGN 727. And we were attempting to sneak up on a Soviet, or a Russian rather, resupply convoy of ships, and we were busy identifying them. We've got a few down when Sierra 3 pinged us actively with sonar. Sierra 3 is a Sierra 2 class submarine, just to make life even more difficult, let's just say.
Con sonar, torpedo in the water, bearing 045.
Con, knuckle
Now, that
formed.
Mark 50 torpedo appears to have already detected its target here. Let's zoom in on this and see if we can see what's going on. Right, that is my air-launched airdrop torpedo homing in on the bad guys. Great, but right behind me is their torpedo that was air-launched, and it's of course it's having a go at me. So
Dive at 1000 feet, dive by. Con, knuckle formed.
we are doing the honorable thing, and we're running away because
Maneuvering, making turns for 28 knots.
I don't have the maneuverability or the stones to throw an SSGN around, and they've got air support.
Con, knuckle formed.
So I'm in a whole heap of trouble here because I'm not in an attack boat. This thing is not really designed to maneuver
Con
hard.
sonar, lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 001. Contact is in the baffles.
It's not designed.
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 001.
Con, knuckle formed.
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 1, 2, bearing 359.
Yeah, it's
Con sonar, regained contact
Come on.
on Sierra 2, bearing 041.
Let me get a word in.
Con sonar, lost
Con, knuckle formed.
Okay, it's not designed to be thrown around and maneuvering hard away from a torpedo. It's designed to sort of slink around and not be detected. Well, we got detected, and we're in a difficult place right now.
Con, knuckle formed.
I hope that this isn't foreshadowing, but I've never managed to evade a torpedo in an
Con
SSG.
sonar, lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 002. Contact is in the baffles.
They managed to evade a
Con,
torpedo
knuckle formed.
in an Ohio SSGN. I just haven't done it.
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 002.
Why is this thing not... Why isn't my knuckle not working?
Con, knuckle formed.
Okay, maybe I just didn't knuckle hard enough. I don't know what's going
Con
on.
sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 0, 0, 2. Contact is in the baffles.
All right.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 0, 3, 9.
Do rather appear
Con
to
sonar
have.
regained contact on Sierra.
Con, knuckle formed.
I would really like it if I could get more than a few words in at a time, crew. That is a nice.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 5, bearing 0, 4, 0. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 0, 3, 8. Contact is in the baffles.
Oh, I may have.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 6, bearing 0, 2, 8.
It may have lost me.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 6, last bearing 0, 2, 8. Contact is in the baffles. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 0, 0, 1. Contact is in the baffles. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 0, 0, 0.
I think it worked. I think we managed to avoid, managed to escape from this this nasty airdrop torpedo. That's good. So that in itself is good news. The bad news is we don't appear to have necessarily attacked the enemy successfully yet. But you know, one thing at a time, right? I mean, let's face it. Surviving up to this point has been,
Come right to 265 Helm I.
I wouldn't say a miracle, but I'm not out of the woods yet. There's another torpedo hacking its way towards me. And
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2.
Con, helm, steady course.
and the crew are very busy letting me know what's
Con
good.
sonar regained contact on Sierra 5, bearing 0, 4, 2. Con sonar regained contact on
That's
Sierra.
bad.
Con, knuckle formed.
He knows exactly where I am, so I'm getting out
Con
a
sonar
dodge.
new contact bearing
Another
0,
one?
3, 8. Designated Sierra 1, 3.
Okay, there's 13 contacts.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 9, bearing 0, 4, 3.
Those are the depth charges. So I managed to avoid the depth charges, which is good. But they know where I am. I'm making a ton of noise right now, so I get that. Why am I making a ton of noise? Because it's gone live, but it's 3,000 yards away. There's a torpedo to my northeast, and those heavy torpedoes are not pleasant to deal with, especially in something that's just a little.
Con, knuckle formed.
Let's just say portly. Oh, that's an airdrop torpedo right on my head. That's bad. Okay, I need to maneuver
Con
north.
sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 0, 4, 1.
North-
Contact is in the baffle.
northwest and see if we can avoid
Con
it.
sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 0, 4, 1.
Okay, it's gonna drop on my head, I think.
Con sonar regained con
There
sonar.
we go.
Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 1, 0, 9.
Here's my surprise
Con
face.
sonar regained contact on Sierra.
Con,
We
knuckle
might actually
formed.
be able to avoid it, I suppose, in theory. But realistically,
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 9, bearing 0, 4, 6.
it's too close. It's just over 1,000 yards away. It's going to turn around and detect me. There it goes.
Con, knuckle formed.
So I'm going to try and knuckle my way out of it, but I don't think it's really going to do it. Okay, it lost me there, which is nice. So don't knuckle a second time. You want to avoid knuckling, because it will detect the knuckle and aim in that direction. Let's see if we can avoid it right now. No. So we'll knuckle back,
Con, knuckle formed.
give it someone else to think about. I'm going to hack it northwest. So the scenario, we've managed to locate a small resupply convoy. It's 4 or 5.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 8, last...
Con, knuckle formed.
4 or 5 surface ships, and in theory, we're more than capable of
Con,
dealing with
sonar
them.
lost contact. Sierra, 9. Last bearing, 0. 4, 9. Contact faded.
What I wasn't counting on is the resupplying submarines getting all manner of jittery and pinging me actively. So I guess they must have detected something. Or maybe it was just a chance ping, I don't know, but for whatever reason, he pinged me a couple of times and launched at me. And that was right before I started the intro. Yay, 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 yay. That's fantastic news.
Con, knuckle formed.
So now I'm back to knuckling away an airdrop torpedo, and it's just going to continue until that bear runs out of ordnance to drop up my head, which could be a while. Meanwhile, we know that there are other submarines out there. We don't know quite how many. But we know that there are out there, and we know that they're coming to get me. This thing is still on me.
Con, knuckle formed.
Well, I'm just going to keep knuckling it away, I think. See if I can keep it at bay. Not the most interesting video right now. What I wanted to do was get up to 200 feet and start ripple firing sea launch cruise missiles at the enemy boats.
Con, sonar lost contact. Sierra, 2. Last bearing, 0. 4, 8. Contact is in the baffles.
But it was not to be.
Con, knuckle formed.
Not yet, anyway. We'll deal with these bad guys, and then we'll have some
Con,
fun.
sonar regained contact on. Sierra, 2. Bearing, 0. 4, 8.
Passing
gonna
1,000 feet.
Attempt to double back on this torpedo, I think. I don't know how well it's going to work. Okay, right now, not very well, so
Con, knuckle
we'll
formed.
knuckle away, and we'll turn back at it.
Con, sonar lost contact. Sierra, 2. Last bearing, 0. 4, 9. Contact
We'll
faded.
drop a noisemaker. Let's see if that
Passing
can
900 feet.
confuse it. I'm going to reduce my depth aggressively. Right, let's straighten up the turn. There we go.
Passing 800 feet.
Let's reduce my depth by about 300 feet. I'm going to turn
Passing 700 feet.
more or less north. No, we're not. We're gonna go east. It's still going to detect me. I get that. Oh, there's even more of them. There's a torpedo. It looks like maybe coming from the north. Let's see. It's facing me. The noisemaker's in the way, distracting it. So hopefully.
Con, knuckle formed.
Seriously. It's a shame.
Passing 700 feet. Passing 800 feet.
So these maneuvers are not really going to keep this thing off me.
Passing 900 feet.
I'm not going to say I'm killing time, because that's not what's going on.
Con, knuckle formed.
But I really need to just keep this thing away. I'm actually going to exceed my test depth just for a few seconds. Well, maybe not a few seconds, but for a period of time.
Passing
gonna
1,000 feet.
Numpty shuffle.
Con, knuckle formed.
Now, it may be responding slowly, but not as slowly as... oh, this isn't good. As a Russian diesel electric.
Con, knuckle formed. Passing 1,000 feet.
A really, really terrible place to be in right now. And it's just seemingly
Passing 900 feet.
burnt through the noisemaker.
Con,
Passing 800 feet.
Okay.
Passing 700
It's all good.
feet.
Let's
Con,
reverse the
knuckle
turn.
formed.
Reverse the... let's keep my depth about 600 feet. Let's head back north again. Away from the threat as much as we can. She doesn't turn rapidly. That'll do. Hey, there we go.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Let's ultra quiet that. I'm going to get my depth down again. Let's see what we can hear. Let's go ahead and actually turn.
Come left to 318. Helm I.
Make depth 1000 feet. Dive I.
Alright, what we've done.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 5, bearing 059. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra.
Con, helm, steady course.
That's a torpedo, perilously close. Well, no, it's not. It's maybe 3,000
regained
yards.
contact on Sierra 7, bearing 060.
This guy in a heck of a
Con
hurry.
sonar regained contact on
that's
Sierra
why.
1, bearing 050.
Well, that's
Con
good.
sonar regained contact on Sierra 10, bearing 047. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 11, bearing 057.
So he's more or less at 1,000 feet with a big hole in the in his tail, and I'm gonna try, I don't know whether I want to fire upon him right now. But what I really want to do is see what else is out here.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 13, bearing 047.
Passing
That's
900
like
feet.
an alpha.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 13, last bearing 047. Contact faded.
No, it's not an alpha then. What is that? That's a blue whale. My
Passing
bad.
800 feet.
Okay, so can we detect Sierra 13? No, not right now. Oh, that torpedo went live behind me, so I may be in a spot of trouble here. Squeaky
Passing
butt time.
700 feet.
Alright, let's put my depth to 200 feet. Let's see if we can get some cruise missiles off at the enemy here.
Make depth 200 feet. Dive high.
Is this thing gonna detect me? I mean, there I am, right there. So it's unless that might not be me. Yeah, that's me. Okay. Right. I think what I maybe want to do is,
Depth 5 feet. Dive high.
well, I was going to go to 200 feet, but let's get myself on the surface. There's a big risk here. I'm going to end up getting some attention from the bear because it's going to detect my radar if I pop my radar. But I'm going to get up to the surface, get some of these amazing weapons ready. I might just drop a Sea Lance on the Sierra. That will probably work too. And I've got 12 of them left because I've got loads. What I want to do is get some of my cruise missiles off at the enemy resupply. I want to make a mess of the Soviets. How dare you resupply, don't you know? Do you know who I am? I'm not let you get away with this. But what they did do, however, is they did manage to kind of ruin my my potential introduction. So I was going to explain who I am and what I'm in and what our mission was today, and then they basically pinged me, and that was that. I know if I launch this missile at them, they're gonna just gonna clobber me. So I suppose I should get some anti-ship cruise missiles on the way first, and then worry about dropping a Sea Lance on the Sierra's head. Because I think if I fire a torpedo at Mark 48, it might work. But I'm going to then be worried about, basically guiding the thing. Oh, I don't want to worry about that. Right, let's cause some havoc.
Let's go.
Assuming I can detect everything, of course. Which is not a given. Oh, hello. Stuff on the surface, what do you know?
Shoot 25. Aye, sir. Shoot 25. Aye, sir. Shoot 25. Aye, sir.
Right, that's going to cause a bit of havoc now, and let's fire one of these just here.
Shoot 25.
And then
Aye,
I'm going to go east
Come right to. Make con sonar. We are cavitating.
at best speed. And so what I use there is I use the, I guess,
Passing
crash
100
dive.
feet.
What's it called? Emergency deep. I use the emergency deep command, which
Con sonar lost contact. Master 1, last bearing
Passing 200 feet.
automatically pulls down all of your
Make depth 1,000 feet. Dive high.
Surface sensors. Let's see if we can watch some of my missiles on the way.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1-0. Con sonar
Sea
no longer
Lance.
cavitating.
Cruise missile. I mean, there's not much to see right now until they actually get within range or something, but...
Con, helm, steady
Oh,
course.
that's not good. Yeah, I think they maybe know where I am. The fact that we had an enemy submarine on the surface is also interesting
Con
too.
sonar lost contact. Master 1. Last bearing 0, 5, 2. Contact
come
breaking
on.
up.
Let me see him. Oh, I got a Charlie 2 with a Sea Lance cruise missile. Now I might have struck this thing already with a Mark 50 airdrop torpedo. The fact that I scored a submarine.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 6. Last bearing 0, 5, 1. Contact breaking up.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's quite effective. And there goes my Sea Lance on the Sierra's
Con,
head.
maneuvering, making turns for
Okay.
2-8 knots.
So M7's gonna get away. It looks like right now, but I can pop up and give him a headache again.
Dive at 1,000 feet. Dive high.
And the Mark 50 Sea Lance has detected the Sierra, so we're gonna watch this engagement here. I might just maybe maneuver my submarine a little bit though, because it's a bit uncomfortable hearing the stuff flying over it. Alright, so that's turned 40 odd degrees. I don't even think that this Sierra 2 really has a chance of avoiding this. I think he's doing all he can to stay at depth. Oh, and now he's lowering his depth, but I think it's too late. Too little too late.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3. Last bearing 0, 1, 0. Contact breaking up.
Right, well that's dispatched an enemy submarine, a Sierra 2 no less. Quite a decent opponent, but not decent enough.
Come left to 080. Helm aye.
So now my primary mission is complete. I've taken out 3 of 4 detected.
Con, helm, steady course.
We know there are other submarines in the vicinity, but they're not my primary target. Now, sure, if I give him a bloody nose, I will. Don't get me wrong, but I don't need to. So do I want to pop back up to the surface and take care of the M7? I guess the Chilikin? I mean, it would seem sensible to do so, don't you think? So we'll give it a
Passing
go.
1,000 feet.
Plus, there's also submarines that might have something to say about this, but first things first. Let's
Con, knuckle formed.
do some evasive maneuvers here. Oh yeah, that doesn't
Passing
sound
800
that doesn't
feet.
sound very good. Feels like something's been dropped.
Passing 700
Okay,
feet.
it's a sonar boy, so that's fine.
Passing 600 feet. Passing 500 feet.
All right, let's get my
Make
depth to
200.
200.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Bring my speed back. Let's get a cruise missile launched. Actually, can run to ultra silent.
quiet.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
If I
Con sonar regained contact on. Master 7, bearing 0, 6, 0.
I can fire at 10
Con
knots.
sonar
So
regained
Make turns
10 knots.
1
I have one of
0
these.
knots. Maneuvering aye.
And we'll watch it, and we'll actually get down again, I think.
Make turns for
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Make depth 1,000
Okay.
feet. Dive high.
There's really not that much to watch with this engagement right now. I'm heading back for the deep. I'm going to go ahead and we'll get our speed on a little bit, and I'm going to
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
I'm going to drift. Let's stop my descent at that point. So let's
Passing
accelerate time
600 feet.
and switch back to the
Con
map.
sonar.
Con, maneuvering.
Yep,
Making turns for
got the target.
2
Okay.
8 knots.
So looks like something may have
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
detected me then. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off.
Come left to 336, helm aye.
North-northwest, and we're going to have a listen. I have an idea where I am then.
Con sonar regained contact on Master 7, bearing 059.
Master 7's taken care of, though.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 10, bearing 042.
Passing 600 feet.
Interesting, there's a torpedo spotted. Let's go active on my sonar. Let's be super
Con
aggressive here.
sonar switching to active search.
I would say what's the worst that happened, but we know what the worst that happens is. But hey, we can take a couple of hits. I'm sure we're pretty
Passing
robust.
500 feet.
Right?
Con sonar regained.
Make depth 200 feet. Dive aye.
Oh yeah, I've got their attention now.
Con sonar new contact bearing 074. Designated Sierra 14.
Are they fielding? That might be a Yasin. No, it's not. It's not a Yasin. What is it? It might be a...
Con sonar
there we
Sierra
go.
1.
Whoa, it's a
is
kilo.
classified as submerged submarine.
Huh. That's not good. Because that means that's...
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 8, bearing.
Make turns for 10 knots.
That's
Maneuvering
probably a
aye.
USET 18. If that's a USET 80,
Con
that is
maneuvering,
very bad
making
news.
turns for 10 knots.
So we're going to give him something to think about.
Shoot tube 5. Aye, sir.
Lots to think about as it happens.
Con, fire control. Unable to fire. Shoot tube 5. Aye, sir.
I mean, there's lots of these bad boys out
Shoot
here.
tube 5.
Well,
Aye, sir.
Don't like any of
sonar
that.
lost contact. Sierra 9, last bearing 049. Contact faded.
so my plan here, Sierra 14's going to have a...
Con, dive at 200 feet. Dive aye.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 8, last bearing 043. Contact faded.
It's going to have a Sea Lance to deal with before too long. And when that
Come
happens,
right.
it's
Make
going to...
turns for 17 knots. Maneuvering aye.
It's going to need to maneuver hard away from
Passing 300 feet.
the torpedo tracking it, and when it does that, it's going to lose the wire on its either Test 71
Passing 400 feet.
or USET 80 heading my way. And when that happens, I can
Passing
avoid it.
500 feet.
Make turns for
A lot of when.
10 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Oh, are you kidding me? Well, I guess I
Make
deserve
turns
that.
for 28 knots. Maneuvering aye.
So it's
Con
sent.
sonar lost contact. Master 1, 2, last bearing 314. Contact is in the baffles. Con sonar lost.
Passing 600 feet. Make depth 1000 feet. Dive aye.
Con sonar. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 040.
So while I was busy standoff launching my own torpedoes at
Passing
them,
900 feet.
they were doing the same back to me. So I deserve this. I shouldn't forget about their capabilities, and I do all the time. I usually just assume I'm going to be fine. I might regret that. So we have launched 4 Sea Lances at 3 enemy submarines, and they've launched 2 in retaliation back at me. So that's bad.
Con, knuckle formed.
1 will harm me, might not kill me, but I mean, even though it's not cheating if it's 2, the second one is going to make a mess out of me. And we don't like making messes out of me.
Con, knuckle formed.
Con sonar lost.
Con
So we're gonna have to
maneuvering,
keep these
making
things at
turns
bay.
for 28 knots.
Con, knuckle formed.
Okay, well, I think the plan now is just to keep
Sonar.
Passing 1,000 feet.
alive for the time being. And they keep depth charging where I was, which is great because it's not where I am. But that kilo is probably maneuvering hard at the Oscar Sierra 8 to the north east of
Knuckle formed.
my position, as now appears to have 2 torpedoes tracking it, which is good because, again, 1 is probably not going to kill it. Oscars are a pretty
Passing
robust,
1,000 feet.
tough piece of kit. How big are they versus myself?
Passing 900 feet.
16,500 tons, and what am I, about 18?
Con, knuckle formed.
19,000 tons, so it's nearly as big as me.
Passing 700 feet.
Which is not something I say all the time, of course.
Passing 600 feet.
That's bad.
Passing 500 feet.
Let's
Con
noisemaker
sonar,
it.
we are cavitating.
Passing 400 feet.
Okay, the noisemaker worked. On one of them at least. Let's switch back to the view. Why is this thing not... Oh, come on.
Con, knuckle formed.
Why does it not want to go for my noisemaker? You're going for me? No, that's not good. That's really not good.
Passing 400 feet.
Flooding in the engine room.
Here's my
Con
surprise
sonar,
face.
no longer cavitating.
Passing 600.
Damage control parties. Lay to the engine room.
So we still have full power.
Passing 700 feet.
I don't...
Con, knuckle formed. Passing 800 feet.
Okay,
Passing 900 feet.
I'm diving very quickly again, which I don't want to do.
Passing 1,000 feet. Con, knuckle formed.
Knuckles seems to have helped. So I get my
Passing 1,000 feet.
depth back up. I can take another one of those knocks in theory, but I really don't want to.
Passing 900 feet. Passing 800 feet. Con, knuckle formed. Passing 700 feet.
It's not going for the noisemaker.
Passing 600 feet.
It's underneath me at least, which is good, but it's not going for the noisemaker.
Passing 500 feet.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Con, knuckle formed.
Yeah, it's I'm confusing it now by ballast is up, which is still damaged, and dive planes are down. And that
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
can help under quite unusual circumstances.
Con, knuckle formed.
I'm going to put the ballast to 0, put the dive planes to 0.
Passing 700 feet. Con, knuckle formed.
Knuckle ballast is nearly fully repaired, and I didn't start to leak, which is nice.
Ballast system has been repaired.
There we go. Okay,
Passing 800 feet.
what can we say is going on around us? Not much.
Con, knuckle formed.
Let's cycle through the torpedo, see what we can see. That appears to be me with something unpleasantly close.
Con, knuckle formed.
Yep, that is definitely me, and I've just turned towards it. Okay, I'm going to turn away from it. Whether this thing's following anything or not. That's the torpedo that's very bad. That's going to detect me, I'm sure of it.
Con, knuckle formed.
I'm going to dive. It's trying to get away from this thing. I don't know if it's going to detect me right now. But this thing behind me is...
Passing 900 feet.
on me.
Con sonar,
Con, knuckle formed. Passing 1,000 feet.
Alright, depth. We are way too deep. We do not want to be this deep with a damaged hull under any circumstances.
Con sonar, regained contact.
Passing 1,000 feet.
But we'll circle this torpedo around. Cool view to watch myself, you know, nearly getting killed, but hey, there we go. Okay.
Rig ship for ultra
Let's go
quiet.
ultra quiet, right. More torpedoes, that's it. So that's the only torpedo left. Okay. Does that mean that I maybe got it? I don't know. No, it looks like Sierra 14 is still
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 10, bearing 038.
So Sierra...
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 11, bearing 02.
Passing 800 feet.
So Sierra...
Con sonar, regained contact on Master 12, bearing 307. Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 8.
Passing 700 feet.
So, Sierra 14's on
Con
the...
sonar regained contact on Sierra 9, bearing 042.
Sierra 14's on the surface. Sierra 8
Passing 600 feet.
is on the surface too. And that tells me they probably took a knock from one of my Sea Lance torpedoes. And that's great news. Because now I can tackle them with a cruise missile. And who doesn't want to score a cruise
Passing
missile kill
500 feet.
on
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering aye.
on an enemy submarine?
Con maneuvering. Making turns for
Passing 400 feet.
Okay. I'm heading up to 200 feet. We're going to be doing 10 knots. That's the fastest we can fire with a the cruise missile, and I'm very happy to be doing that, I think. Actually, no, I kind of want to get up to periscope depth, I think. It's a little dangerous to do that, but I think...
Passing 200 feet.
I think I need to. Let's get my speed back down to 5 knots. Give it a few seconds. Let's level things out. Speed down to 5 knots.
make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Let's get the autopilot to get me up to periscope depth. So we have a damaged boat, but it's still responsive. Now this is where it's going to get uncomfortable. So
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 5 knots.
he's right on me. So I don't have long. I gotta get to periscope depth. Anytime now would be good. Come on.
Make depth 5 feet. Dive by.
And get these cruise missiles out.
Shoot 2-5. Aye, sir.
Con sonar switching to active search.
I might have to give this Charlie 2 another Lance, Sea Lance,
Shoot 2-5.
because I think he
Aye,
deserves
sir.
a Sea Lance. Right, that's that taken care of. So let's get back down to depth.
Make turns.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
I'm gonna tell it to get me to
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 9, last bearing.
Make depth 600 feet. Dive by.
600 feet, and I'm
Con
gonna watch.
sonar lost contact. Master 8, last bearing 035. Contact faded.
Let's see. There's a Sea
Con
Lance.
sonar lost contact.
Cruise missile.
Sierra 1, last bearing 025. Contact faded.
Anyone cruise missile? So did we take care of the enemy then? Did we?
Con helm. Steady course.
I don't know. Let's find out. Maybe there's more than.
Con sonar no longer cavitating.
I think there's just one. So maybe I already missed the Kilo, perhaps. Oh no, Kilo's dead. Okay, so the Oscar is also dead. Beautiful. Well, like I say, who doesn't want to kill? Doesn't want to kill. I think I got him. Who doesn't want to kill a submarine with a cruise missile? Probably don't want to wreck an SSGN in the process of it, but there we go. Right, I'm going to cut my speed
Con dive at 600 feet. Dive by.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
to ultra quiet. I'm going to turn away.
Con knuckle formed.
I did not want to knuckle that.
Come left to 265. Helm aye.
Now let's see what's happening with these weapons. That looks like a Mark 50, and it's not acquired anything right now. Okay, and that is an enemy torpedo.
Helm. Steady course.
That must be heading towards me, which I don't like the look of. Maybe.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 031.
That airdrop torpedo is close enough to be concerning, but it looks
Con
like
sonar regained
didn't
contact
detect me.
on Master 8, bearing 039.
and
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 9, bearing 046.
I guess the Oscar maybe survived. Maybe. Looks like he's still on the surface, so I guess I didn't kill him. And he's fired a torpedo in my direction as well, which is like, dude, really? But, okay. I think I'm going to have to give him another one of these cruise missiles.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 046.
It's hard to know what's going on with the weapons that have been fired. What is this? So that is maybe one of my Mark 50s, maybe tracking something. But if it is, whatever it's tracking has gone a long way. This is a Russian torpedo, but I think it's in navigation mode, and that is a threat for me. If I can,
Passing 600 feet.
Come right to 305. Helm I.
if I don't evade that, that's going to be a
Make
threat.
turns for 10 knots.
So we'll get up to 17
Make
knots,
turns for 17 knots. Maneuvering aye.
and we'll get up to 200 feet. Now that does put me in potential danger of this circling
Maneuvering,
torpedo.
Making turns for 17 knots.
But we're going to give it a go. We're going to see what we can manage here. If we can take care of something. Oh, I just got. All right, that Mark 50 appears to have been tackling something, but we don't know what yet, though. Reduce my speed to
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
5 knots. All right, let's accelerate time.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 048.
This Charlie 2 is still stubbornly kicking around here, and this Oscar is also kicking around, but this Oscar is somewhere over here, so I'm going to fire a cruise missile along this direction. If this humpback whale's on the surface, he's in for a big surprise.
Dive at 200 feet. Dive high.
The Oscar's definitely on the surface. The Charlie 2 is not. So, yeah, I don't need to do.
Make turns for
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
I don't need to do anything special. I just need to get out of the way of this incoming torpedo. So we'll
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 0.
get my nose down a
Con
little bit.
sonar, no
Okay,
longer
there we go.
cavitating.
Right, I'm going to accelerate time.
Passing 300 feet.
There's another torpedo launched in my direction. So, is my cruise missile still going? Yes, I should probably watch this. I don't know that I got anything, unfortunately. Difficult to see if we actually caught anything
make
here or not.
turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Maybe what we
Con
should do
maneuvering, making turns for
Passing 2.
is
make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
see if I
Make depth 5 feet. Dive high.
okay, if I fire a Sea Lance, there's a chance I'm going to get that humpback whale. So I don't really want to do that. I'll pop my surface sensors up because right now
Con maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
as fun as this long distance game of chess is, I really would like to just tackle the enemy and take care of them.
Con sonar regained contact on Master 8, bearing 043.
I'd like to disengage. So
Upscope.
let's see if we can see this Oscar on the surface.
Con.
Okay,
Dive
we
at 5
can.
feet.
So
Dive high.
let's have a look. One hole in one side, one hole on the other side. Why didn't my cruise missile get him? I don't know. Oh, we can. Oh, look at that! You beauty. Kilo up there.
Shoot 2-5. Aye,
Nice.
sir.
That's a bit
Shoot
unfortunate for
2-5.
you now, isn't it?
Aye, sir.
And we don't know where the Charlie 2 is. We're not going to detect it if we ping it actively. Okay, fair enough.
Downscope.
Right,
Depth 3.
I'm going to
Con
cavitate.
sonar,
That's
we
fine.
are cavitating. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 05.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 17 knots.
I'm a little concerned that these approaching torpedoes.
Make depth 500 feet, dive high.
I guess we'll get down to 600 feet and we'll crack on the speed.
Make turns for 2 knots, maneuvering aye.
Okay, let's accelerate time for a little bit.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Con, dive at 600 feet, dive high.
See. Right, there's my 2 Sea Lance. Still being trapped by the bear, but he doesn't seem to have any weapons left, which is nice. So, let's see. This Sea Lance has detected something. It's gotten real close. It's about to go boom boom. That's gonna sting in the morning, lad. And did we kill it? I don't know that we did. Let's try the other one. The other one is also tracking something, I think. Maybe the Kilo, maybe the Oscar, I don't know.
Con sonar regained contact on master 15, bearing 047.
He's running, but he's not quick enough to evade one of these, I don't think. So, that said... Wow, it's taking the time. That's disappointing. Kilo's gotten away. Wow.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 10, last bearing 075. Contact faded.
I got a bad feeling that the Kilo wants to, it fancies a slice of some Ohio pie. So I'm going to turn north. I am hopeful that the incoming torpedo is going to be defeated just by my evasive action, but it's not clear, so we'll...
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
We'll ultra quiet it. And that's... Oh.
Con sonar regained contact on
Yeah.
Sierra. Come left to 180. Helm aye.
Yeah, that's not good.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 11, bearing 062.
They're still wire guided.
Make turns for 2 knots, maneuvering aye.
Okay, I'm turning around. The Ohio is not the most maneuverable of boats, so we'll turn around at 22 knots. But this isn't good. This is... Oh, it's at my depth as well. That's even worse. Alright. I know she's damaged.
Sonar lost contact. Master 15, last bear.
I'm going to run to
Make
flank.
turns for 2 knots, maneuvering aye.
I'm going to run to 1,000 feet. Okay.
Make depth 1,000 feet, dive high.
Let's see if we can stay out of this torpedo's, I would say range, but it's not range, just interest, shall we say.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 12.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 2 knots.
Yeah, that Kilo wants a piece of me.
Rig ship for ultra
Alright,
quiet.
let's go ultra quiet, and we'll
Passing
reduce the depth.
1,000 feet.
For what it's worth, we'll get ourselves up to 200 feet. Okay.
Make depth 200 feet, dive high.
Con sonar regained contact on Master 1, bearing 025.
This Kilo seems to... He's on the surface,
dive
though.
at 200 feet, dive high.
That's just like begging for a harpoon, really.
Make depth 5 feet, dive high.
So we'll try it again, because I mean, all we got to lose, right? Okay.
Up scope.
Damaged.
Dive at 4-5 feet.
Yeah,
Dive by.
that's a big hole. Okay. So he is just decidedly just having a go at me. I don't know whether we can get him with one of these.
Shoot 2-5. Aye, sir.
But I'm going to do both. We're gonna just try it.
Shoot 2-5.
A Sea Lance and
Down scope.
a cruise missile. So the hope is that we will give him a headache. 200 feet, off we go.
Peak depth 200 feet. Dive by.
There's the cruise missile, and that's the Sea Lance. So let's see if we can still see this right. I can't see.
Con sonar lost contact.
Okay.
Master 1.
Well, there we
5,
go.
Last bearing 0, 4, 8. Contact breaking up.
Kilo took one to the face. Okay. I'm now going
Come
to
right to 182. Helm aye.
slink away, I think. I guess we'll pause
Rig shift
loading
for ultra quiet.
that harpoon and let's slink.
Passing 200 feet.
Con, helm, steady course.
I think that humpback whale's about to get it as well.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, 1. Last bearing 0, 5, 9.
Passing 100 feet.
Yeah, that wasn't really what we wanted to do. We didn't really want to kill a humpback whale with the Sea Lance, and I'm sure we didn't. It probably it's probably hiding. Right. Well, that was a
Passing 100 feet.
very random battle. There was a lot going on. I don't think I explained it or narrated it particularly well. We used an Ohio completely the wrong way. We went all attack bow in it, which is not what it's designed to do, but we did it anyway because we were put in a hole. So I hope you got something from this. It's me using standoff weapons. The Sea Lance was never fully developed. I think it was cancelled when the Cold War, quote, ended. So it was never developed. You likely wouldn't use a sea-launched anti-ship cruise missile against a submarine, but I think any captain would if they could. Like I say, hope you got something from this, and if you have, you know what to do. And hopefully, I'll see you the next time. Goodbye.